10th generation 5.4. Excuse that. I need to burn that. We got new furniture, so bonfire. Anyways, 10th generation 5.4 Triton V8. It is the long tube headers. They are a pain in the butt. I'm giving you this as a little bit of tips that will, knowing beforehand, will make life a little bit easier and less frustrating. You are going to break studs. There is no way around it. Don't bother watching the how to remove a rusty stud without snapping it off videos. Watch the how to remove a busted stud from an aluminum head videos. I broke a total of 8 studs off in the heads. I was able to remove 6 of the studs with a stud extraction tool that I bought at AutoZone, I think, like 12 bucks, real cheap. Definitely worth the money. So the long tubes are a pain in the butt to get in here. Not impossible, just, a lift is very helpful. If not, you're going to have to get the nose of this truck jacked way up because they come in at such a crazy angle. Like you really got to get them in there. Tip number 1, don't put the O2 sensors in it until the headers are installed. It will not fit. Tip number 2, I don't know if you can tell, but that right there, that heat shield is folded over and has been cut and trimmed back. That was a big in the way pain in the butt. Another tip, oil dipstick tube, gotta take that out. It's much easier to get it out before you jam the headers up against everything. Like, it obviously cannot. You got that plate right there. Stock manifolds are open between each cylinder, and this one's not. So yeah, I popped that out. It was kind of a pain in the butt to get out. Luckily, that bolt didn't snap off. It came out with ease. I broke that one right there off below the surface of the head, and that one right there, twink, below the surface of the head. Couldn't get them out with the stud extraction tool. I tried welding a nut onto it. I'm not a welder. Didn't know what I was doing. I was pretty much just globbing metal onto something. It did not work. It's for someone who knows how to use a welder properly and get the settings right and stuff like that. To get the manifolds off, over here, that motor mount. So there's a bolt right there, just above my fingernail. There is another bolt right there. There's another bolt behind that stud right there. That stud goes through 1, 2 motor mounts. There we go. That's focused. There's another nut there, bolt there. And on the back side, drop the starter out, and there's another bolt. Loosen that one below that stud right there, like quite a bit, so the whole thing will flop. Take that one out. And oh no, I was tripping. That other bolt's to something else. So yeah, so that bottom one right there, take that out almost all the way. Remove those other bolts that hold that in, and remove that one long bolt that holds the mounting engine mounting bracket together. And that'll give you the ability to get in there. See that nut, that bolt? That bolt right there, down low. And that bolt. You can get the header tightened up on there with it in place, but that blocks the factory manifold studs from coming out. Can't even get a socket on it. This wire harness right here, not this, these run my amp. This is not stock. This right here that I'm touching, it's like your main harness. And this is for the guys that are learning. If you've done this a bunch of times, please don't comment a bunch of rude things. I already said I'm not a mechanic, I'm not a welder, I'm pretty good at figuring things out, and I love my truck. So this was touching the header. Bend this, and then that folds down behind the frame. It goes in and then down behind the frame, and you want to basically make it a more tighten the angle to get it away from those headers, because you will melt that, and probably find yourself splicing wires and soldering stuff. Doesn't seem fun. Underneath, if you have a four-wheel drive model, excuse me, if you have a four-wheel drive model, the yoke, get up under here. Where you at? There. See that? See that? That right there, that is a not good thing. This thing rotates and it hits that. So what you gotta do, I haven't done it yet. I haven't needed my four-wheel drive and I'm lazy, but you gotta knock these edges off. Now don't like go crazy on it and take a bunch of the integrity out, because it's an important piece. But knock the edges off. It doesn't make a hard contact, but any contact at all, when that's rotating at any type of velocity, it's going to get your attention. Got to extend your O2 sensors. And yeah, I'm running just turn downs until I can get my my Borla catalytic converters and my Black Widow neighbor hater muffler. I'm leaking a bunch of stuff, but it's whatever. These are actually abandoned. There is no secondary, it's not, I do have an engine light, but we're gonna get rid of all that later down the road. There's a thing you buy, it's like a super chip or something, and it tricks your computer into thinking everything's okay, and that's about it. It's just for emissions. I mean, I'm gonna have a cat on it, but I don't know. Some people will run open headers. I don't like it. It's loud. It's obnoxious. It like literally made a little kid in a car seat cry at Wawa at the gas station the other day. So I felt bad for that. I'm gonna make a mess. What else? Oh yeah, one more thing. Under the hood, on this side, right? See where you at. You can't really see it from this angle, but back there, right next to this tube, I think it's like a condensation for your air conditioner, for like, what I'm trying to say, like the condensation that drips off your air conditioner. I think that's like a tube. That thing is like fully in the way. So I don't have air conditioning. Just do what you gotta do. Get it bent out of the way. I don't think you hurt it by bending it out of the way. Over here, there was one more other thing. The steering shaft right here, huge pain in the butt. Avoid prying on that. Don't pry on that at all. I was being kind of foolish with it. I didn't hurt it or bend it or nothing, but have patience in this area. But yeah, it's a lot of work depending on what you want to do. I say it's worth it because your catalytic converters get clogged up, and mine were so clogged up I was scared I was going to mess up my head gaskets. But yeah, man, good luck everyone. Try your best, have patience, And if you need to, just walk away from it for a little while and come back to it a little while later or something. Not something you want to try and knock out in one weekend. That's where I ran into problems. This is my daily work truck, and I missed a day of work because of doing this. But now it's done. All I gotta do now is just tolerate the noise until my parts come. Take it up shop, get the cat and the muffler welded on there, and yeah, man, it does run better. Runs a lot better. It has no more hesitation. So it's coming along. I should probably put a strap on my toolbox. I didn't realize I wasn't strapped. All right, guys, good luck, man. Try and have patience. Don't get mad. You know, it's an old truck and things are gonna break. Y'all take care.